Hello, so I just came back from seeing someone and we were talking about how things have been going and about all the different stages of crisis that we're at. And there's a lot of stuff going on, and generally my focus is austerity and that hasn't changed. But I did want to talk about two very, very specific issues, and this is a video to journalists, activists, people with power to do something, who want to be involved in looking at one of the biggest stories of the decade. So, first of all, mermaids. We need to get them out of schools. We need to look at the network of organisations around Mermaid and Stonewall, which is directly linked to the government consultation. If I had journalistic instincts right now, and this video is aimed at those of you who have, I would be getting my spreadsheets set up, and I would be getting my Google Alerts set up, and I would be trying to build a picture of the network of organisations around mermaids and individuals. I would want to know which individuals were involved in Stonewall and their attempt to undermine safeguarding in the last couple of years. I would start getting a picture of those things. I would probably start investigating Mermaid and Mesmac and Susie Green specifically. This is major. This is possibly the biggest child abuse scandal that the country has ever been in. Shit. And we're in the middle of it. We need to start concentrating on making sure that mermaids are got out of schools, make sure that people understand what it is that mermaids are doing, understand why it is what mermaids do is dangerous, and start showing that Mermaids, All Sorts, Stonewall have just put textbook grooming into schools and inducement of dysphoria. We need to start applying pressure above. We need to start applying pressure to their funders, to the government, to ask why it is that a charity who are worse than Kids Company and more dangerous than any I can imagine have been allowed to do this. I would get a journalist. And the second issue that's really important is the fact that young lesbians who are arriving at university for, to look for solidarity and to explore their sexuality, they're finding sexual abuse and coercion. And up until now we've not been able to do anything because this has been unbreakable. Well, we fucking broke it. Now, Goldsmiths have already disbanded their little Gulag Appreciation Society. So the universities are obviously getting quite worried. The scandal over Brown University is happening. Kathleen Stock's Twitter feed gives you a bit of an idea of what's going on within academia. We need to start putting pressure on, and we need to start tackling universities to make sure that lesbians are not arriving at university and finding the likes of Ros Cavini ready to groom them. We have seen middle-aged, dangerous, abusive males using student politics to groom, coerce and abuse young lesbians in the name of trans rights. We need to establish what abusive behaviour is, and that this is not acceptable on our campuses, and this is not acceptable when young women are going away to university. So that's just thoughts for today. I need to get off my chest. We need to get mermaids out of school. Journalists need to start looking at the network of organisations around Mermaid and uncovering how big this organisation is and how many scalps are attached to it. And we need to start looking at student unions, and we need to start looking at making student unions and student areas safe for lesbians again.